So today, Nadine Dorries, as the oracle of Boris Johnson, was asked whether or not she believed Boris was going to return to save the Conservative Party, was going to return to office, and whether he was the secret solution that the 1922 committee was going to provide for the salvation of our government and the restoration of order, and indeed the eradication of Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng. And Nadine Dorries cannot quite bring herself to say, no, that is not likely. Listen. Oh, I've got to stop it there for a second, because just look at this Francis Hodgson Burnett secret garden visual that Nadine Dorries has adopted. I mean, couldn't she find somewhere else to do this interview? It's so staged. And what is the message she's trying to give here with this scarf that's been put on? I mean, it's not being worn to keep her warm, is it? This is all a costume. What's the message? I don't understand. Anyway, look, let's listen.
So the only message from Boris Johnson to anyone is to support Liz and to back Liz. For that to happen, I mean, there is no process for that to happen. And I think it would take a bizarre reversal of what normally happens. Instead of Graham Brady going to see him with a revolver, I think he'd need to go and see him with an olive branch. And I think it's something Conservative MPs would have to really want. But at the moment, I can tell you, it's not even something Boris Johnson is thinking about.
And at the end, the interviewer asks again and again, are you ruling out that Boris might well be back?
But could it happen? I notice you're not ruling it out.
So I've been in politics a long time. I don't rule anything out. But I would say it is extremely unlikely.
OK, Nadine Dorries, carefully not quite ruling that out, a return of Boris Johnson.
Do remember, of course, when Boris left the Commons, he said, hasta la vista. He didn't say goodbye. He expects to be back in some form, and Nadine Dorries is his principal cheerleader. Oh, and I do find it extraordinary when Nadine Dorries talks like some sort of wise oracle. I've been in politics a long time. It's as if you're listening to Kenneth Clark, isn't it? It's almost impossible to tell the difference.